I need
Oh,
some
honey.
I need some air today because I certainly wasn't in this desert.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And look, it's the Grande Dame.
La grande dame, France!
Yes.
I can't love her. I love La Grande Dame.
She wasn't in the desert either.
Now imagine La Grande Dame on Dragula for a
Oh
second.
my
No.
Thoughts?
No.
She could slay.
She could.
There's a dimension side of her creativity.
After
I just
that
don't, it's
alien
not her
look.
vibe. But hello,
But
everyone.
alien look, she can do it. I think she can.
Sure. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to The Cup, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come here first to quench your thirst. I'm Brook, and I'm passionate about pop culture, and we are halfway through Dragula Titan Season 2. Yay!
Good.
Tell us more.
Oh, I certainly will. Oh, I certainly will be. And hi, hello, I've made it back because I've been pissed off at this season, but I had to make a reoccurrence. Hi, I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. For the occasion today, I am drinking a zero sugar Dr. Pepper Blackberri.
Logan has officially abandoned the Coke Zero regime. I would like to repeat, Logan has abandoned the Coke Zero regime.
I have not abandoned the Coke Zero regime. I am being topical today and drinking a Blackberri Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar because it's topical, okay? And speaking of things that are topical, cut mug. Ooh, cut mug. And you can get yours at lanagcreationscience.com. That link is in the description below. And this beautiful QR code that's right next to my lovely face. And we do ship domestically within North America and internationally, so there are no excuses. And we've got some new merch items back in the store, so make sure to go check that out now. And I thank you.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Mike. I'm your buff bodybuilding correspondent down in Dallas, Texas. I put the him and himbo and the gay and video gamer and maybe the bay and basic. Let me know in the comments. And gotta tell you, this was an interesting episode of Dragula. We're off site today, and I'm actually really happy to talk about it.
Hi and hello, it's Micha, your Persian correspondent here, and I'm drinking black tea, as black as soil, beneath the coffins, in which some of the contestants found themselves surrounded by some very interesting, wavy, lengthy creatures. And yeah, what an episode it was. It was probably the most boring episode of the season drama-wise, but it's a good change of pace, so it's refreshing. This is a good kind.
How refreshing, honestly.
Yeah,
There's the coffin, bitch.
You were saying, like, in a coffin surrounded by long, wavy things. I'm like, been there.
Done that. Not gonna do it again.
The anaconda do.
Cannot possibly tell you how lovely it was to have an episode that, by the season standards, relatively drama-free. That was quite nice.
A relatively normal episode of Dragula Titans, all things considered.
No, there wasn't a love triangle in this one.
But there was a messy gameplay triangle.
I was about to say, there was a triangle.
Jaharia!
But I mean,
I
she's
call
great.
it
There's also
love
another triangle with Israel.
Oh, yes, Israel had the triangle. And he looked great doing it.
Of course he did. Freaking Israel. He looks lovely in everything he does.
Yeah.
Don't take that out of context, please. But
Disasterina taught us they go way back.
Yeah. So after last week, we had the shocking double extermination of Priscilla Chambers, and Logan, you get one more time to do the voice. Go ahead.
Disasterina! Oh wait, can you do the intro again real quick? Because I had a bit. And you threw to me for a bit, but I want to do my bit here real quick.
Yeah, so we have, after last week's shocking double elimination of Priscilla Chambers and Disasterina.
No! Because, bitch, Evah, I'm so sorry. Evah, bitch, they're not dead. They're not really dead. You're not dead. You didn't die both of the first 2 times you were on Dragula, bitch. You're gonna see them in like 3 weeks, bitch.
Okay,
What?
There's the door.
let the girl cry.
There's the door, bitch.
Let the trade of the season cry. Come on.
They literally like have a little trap door behind the thing where they get out of the phone pit and then they just walk next
Literally,
to them.
they walk out and then they have their Yuri guy exit like last season on Dragula with the flowers and then all of that, and then they blow up on the airplane. That's how it happens.
I'm not getting murdered.
Yeah, that's how it happens for everybody. Yeah, that's how it happens
That was
for
the last
everybody.
extermination we've had.
Well,
Truly.
It was.
Mhm.
Wow.
Icon. They
What
can't
an
top
iconic
it.
extermination. No.
They can't top it. That's
because
the best.
because
of it.
who would want to top Yuri? Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I'll throw my hat in that ring.
why not?
I don't know that I would want to top Yuri, but some other things could happen.
I would love to just meet you.
Yuri's a good-looking guy.
Yes. Shout out. I have met Yuri. Yuri is a
Hi,
phenomenal individual.
Yuri. Hi, Yuri.
Hey.
Yeah. So as we found out for, I believe, the first time in the history of the show last week, we're going back to the ghost town this week. Yay!
My favorite challenge of all of Dragula. I don't think I've actually ever said that on the podcast, but the Ghost Town challenge is my favorite. I think it's because I grew up in Arizona, so I grew up around like all of these old ghost towns and everything like that. So it feels very like reminiscent for me. We have a couple of them like scattered around Tucson and like the outskirts as well. So like it just feels very like it feels very homely in a weird way. And I love this challenge so much. I was so excited.
I would have to second that. I grew up in small town Texas, so it is a lot of the same sort of. I mean, it's not rustic. It's still like there's still infrastructure, but it's small and it's there's not a lot going on there. So it was very reminiscent. It brings back a lot of those aesthetics that you'll see in small towns in Texas. I will say I'm a little upset at the Wolf Rug was shading the Weird Wild West runway category from season 4. And I was like, that is like one of my favorites. Like, I think that has some of my most iconic looks, like Zava, Dolly, Sigourney, Saint. I loved all their looks on the Weird Wild West.
Coco.
That part. Yeah.
Not the shade.
Despite her going home. But yeah, come on. It was a great runway overall.
Hey, Coco got her redemption a few seasons later. It's fine.
I also think they were at the saloon where Coco got exterminated.
Yep.
In front of. So
they've used the same ghost town for all 3 seasons that they've done it for season 2, season 4, and now Titans 2. So all of the places they were at, I was like, oh yeah, no, because that's where Kendra did her horrible thing on season 2. No shade, Kendra. I love you dearly. That's where Coco got exterminated. That's where they did the, all the different things. So it's nice. It's nice that they use the same place over and over again. Because it does bring this kind of almost narrative quality to Dragula that I do really appreciate.
Yeah. Also, I just like it when we're not in the lab the entire episode. It's nice to go places sometimes.
And we've been on location twice this season now. And I love that.
Yeah.
We needed a break.
The Drag Race, take note. Sometimes we want to go places. Take note.
Yeah.
We needed a break. The drama was getting too much. Everyone was going crazy. Who knows how much ketamine was being used in the lab? We just all needed a break.
By prescription. Of course.
Allegedly.
We'll talk about it.
Everything is alleged information.
I mean, it's funny. It's funny that now the people that allegedly have used this drug have gone, and now we have non-alleged horses around them.
I know.
Get some donkeys.
And donkeys. Yeah, all this ass.
Don't tell JK.
Yes, don't tell JK. That's going to be perfect extermination for them, if anyway.
So we get to the ghost town. Everybody's kind of like talking about how sad they are that Priscilla and Disasterina are gone, and it's mentioned that they brought a lot of light into the competition, that they were fun to be around. Pretty much everyone in the confessional's like, yeah, I love them, but like, there's the door, bitch. Like, bye.
Can I just also say, what a damn shame to lose Priscilla on that challenge last week. Can I just reiterate?
Thank you.
Because I know y'all talked about it last week, and I'm mad I wasn't here to bring it up. But fully, honestly, genuinely, and frankly, Priscilla Chambers had no rhyme, reason, or circumstance for being eliminated last week. And I will stand on that 10 toes down until the day I am no longer cognizant on this earth. Because, and I agree with a lot of the things people are saying online, and I thought the same thing. That could have been a floor show level finale performance from Priscilla. I thought that was the best thing I've seen Priscilla Chambers present on Dragula, and to just have it almost feel like it was just swept under the rug and I love Blackberri dearly, but for a prop malfunction and for several other costumes and presentations that just did not have the gravitas that Priscilla's did. Like, I love all of these monsters, and I'm happy with everybody that's left in the competition, but I'm just really, and what a 180 for me coming into this season as well. Who would have thought by the end of this season, me being the one defending Priscilla Chambers here? But I have really just grown to absolutely adore her, and there's no rhyme or reason she should have been exterminated last week. Disasterina, on the other hand, I love you with every fiber of my being. That deserved to go. But Priscilla, I just don't. I don't think it was her time, and I had talked about it on this podcast before. I was worried that the Boulets were not seeing her, and they didn't. And I think it's a damn shame. I think that goes for Priscilla and Disasterina both. I'm glad that the other contestants saw their value. That's what I appreciated the most about this opening sequence, was I appreciated that all of the other contestants were seeing their value in the competition, because for me, it just never felt like the Boulets were going to see either of their value in the competition. And I wasn't all that surprised when we got the double extermination last week, but I think it's a damn shame.
I think I can add just having listened to their recap. I think it's cool that they recognize the value of both of the queens, and it's like something also Drag Race take note, because how fondly, how genuinely like they care about both of them, and how they suggested Disasterina be like an audio book or something, like an alternative, basically exorcist who would be like voice guide for the series instead of being a good competitor. They basically told that she's like a phenomenal drag queen, just not in a competitive environment, and that is good.
Yeah, and I want to say, I don't agree with that. I think there were multiple times before this, and I will say, in this last episode, have my opinions changed a bit? Yeah, I do think Disasterina should have been at the bottom. I don't think that Disasterina did the worst last week. I still think that was Evah, and I still think Evah should have went home.
I agree. I agree with you completely.
On the runway, Evah did the worst last week. But I will say, there were many weeks throughout this competition where I thought Disasterina should have been at the top. Specifically during Monsters of Rock, I think Disasterina was incredible doing that. But like, and again, we talk about it, you know, every season of drag we cover, there will always be people that we feel like get overlooked by the judges. There will always be people that, you know, it's a show, production will have their favorites, and that's okay. We get it, you know. I'm just happy that both of them not only got the chance to come back and show what more they have, maybe get their booking fee up a little bit, but like just be able to have this last run. I mean, Disasterina's made it pretty clear this is probably going to be her last go at something like this. So it was really a pleasure to see them both. And, you know, one of them may be back at some point. We'll see what happens. So
we'll see.
But yeah, so we get some really fun segments before. We don't really get much in terms of like chaotic start to this episode. We find out that JK, not a fan of donkeys.
Yes. For some reason.
Which is a gag. I think donkeys are so cute.
Absolutely.
Like having JK say that she doesn't like anything more than a large dog. laughed so
Well-
damn hard.
Wow.
It's like, I do not like anything bigger than a large dog. And it was the exact way that he said it too.
Exactly.
It was delightful. It was very fun.
I thought it was really funny. At some point, Cynthia was trying to sick one of the donkeys on JK. It was like, "Go donkey, get her!"
Wild. I loved Abhora getting it in the coffin and then Cynthia going, "Bye, bitch." Again, Cynthia Doll, the icon that you are. I love.
Okay, also, we haven't really touched much on like Abhora's overall demeanor in this season, but Abhora being this like funny little chaos gremlin who's not really doing much in terms of the drama, is just either popping up with some quippy one-liner or just making everything stupid. I appreciate the hell out of it. This is the Abhora I wanted to happen on this season.
It's the first time ever. I said this watching last night's episode. I was like, this is the first time I've ever liked Abhora.
Yeah, I mean, just like Logan said before, he urinated on Priscilla. I kind of urinated on Abhora as well this season because not only she's been like doing the best competition-wise in all her 3 seasons overall, but also it's like it's a really new human being, which is fun. And I mean, her legendary jab about Dolly is genius. We quote it every freaking week now on the pod, and yeah, it's so good.
She had another great. She had so many great one-liners this episode too. When JK was like, "Oh, I'm so scared of donkeys," and Abhora's like, "Well, you're right next to Evah right now."
There are so many other little Abhora moments in this episode. We'll talk about one of them in a second, but there is this moment where Abhora, Evah, and Sigourney are like off near this pig. And
Yes.
Why are you talking about Jaharia like that when she's right here?
Yeah.
Nasty work. Shady little
Rotted.
boots in the shade, Abhora.
No, I love when she's like,
Shady.
"You have so much personality, you could just replace Jaharia."
She's rotted for that.
Rotted Gila monster.
It was so damn funny.
I love
Yes.
it. I'm so here for it.
I especially love the cameraman's work because they were zooming on that pig for their life. It was so much.
I appreciated it.
That was a cute pig. I love petting zoos and I love state fairs. I love all like livestock. They're so cute. I don't understand all the shade. Yeah, I don't understand all the
I
shade.
think that's the Texas in you.
It that is so the Texas in me. Like, if I go to the
Texas, they're very cute. I thought the donkeys were adorable.
That's the West Virginia in you. Moving on.
No, it's not. Yeah, so let's get into the important stuff from this pre-floor show area. Couple of conversations begin splintering off, but before they do, Jay asks Sigourney if they're okay after last week's spat, we shall say. And Sigourney's like, "No."
Yes, I'm still hurt. That was her words.
Sig, I am a huge fan, and you know that. Jay kind of ate you up in this argument. I'm sorry.
Sig, I'm a big fan. Get the fuck over it. You're being delusional, bitch.
Also, there was a really was it like a line from JK that really just kind of just slayed Sig in this fight. Was just sort of like, "Oh, you finally showed up in episode 5. Glad you made it here." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
And then later when Sig goes off with I think it's with Evah and Abhora, and she's like, "Am I crazy? I yelled at my TV." Yes! Yes, you are. You're letting the competition get to you because this person is genuinely just trying to be your friend and ally.
Well, I will say, last week was a bit
To an
shady.
extent. To an
I will
extent.
say, JK was being a bit shady last week, and you know what? Fine, valid. I don't care. Because it wasn't mean. It was honest, but it wasn't mean, right? And considering the amount of bullshit that has happened on this season of Dragula, far from the bottom of the barrel. So,
Agreed.
I think
Yeah.
Sig needs to remember that we're making TV here. JK is making TV here. And
Yes.
so just play into it a little bit. I think that's part of like, I think Cynthia was really upset with Blackberri, and we'll talk about that. But I think there
Yeah.
was a bit of like playing up for the cameras that are there, which made the
Yeah.
fights that much more fun to watch. And I don't get that from Sigourney. I get that she's like actually hurt from these. Like, I'll admit she did go through season 4, so she is a little
And
sensitive
it's
in
fair.
that regard.
No, and it is fair. And I agree with that. I think for me, what it comes down to, and what's been so interesting watching this season, is you can tell who is there to make to make TV and to have fun, and who is there I'm not going to say to compete, but who is there to focus on the competition more, and making TV is like their secondary, function. And given what Sig went through on season 4, I understand that completely. But honestly, I look at these scenarios where like Jay is here to make good TV and compete. Sig is here to compete and make good TV. Cynthia is here to make good TV and compete. Blackberri is here to compete and make good TV. Like, the parallels have been very, very interesting as well. I would even go as far as to say, like in some instances with Zava, with Jade, with Dahlia, even, I would say like it's really interesting to see who has come back to Titans and what their priorities have been, because everyone's priority seemingly has been to make good TV and to compete. But it's interesting to see who is either subconsciously or consciously, who's prioritizing what over the other. And I think that's been one of the more interesting things for me as a viewer watching throughout the whole season. Now, some people are doing both very successfully, and I think the person that's doing that the most is JK. But it's really interesting to see where everybody falls in that, like, the quadrant map of, competition and good TV and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I'll say this. When it comes to the Sigourney and Jay of it all, this feels like it's either going to get squashed very quickly, or it's kind of just going to get moved on from, because it seems to me, as this episode moves on, we're more focusing on people that are dialing in on the who's keeping Jay and Sigourney and Evah against each other, and that's Jaharia. We get this moment where after Sig and Evah and Abhora are like off talking about how they're feeling about the Jay situation, where Sigourney asks Evah, is Jaharia like double agenting us and, keeping and telling Jay things so that way we are like not talking? And I'm like, you're kind of cloaking the tea, Sig. And Eva's just sitting there like, no, I trust her. I fully trust her. And Abhora is just comparing Jaharia to the pig in the back. And it's just a very lovely scene. But
I mean, I am so glad for my top 2 picks in the draft, because Jaharia has been giving us like golden moments, like strategy-wise. Evah is completely unbothered by everything that's happening, and she said in that confessional, that very big scene, the very infamous swine scene, that I mean, I don't care if Jaharia is a double agent. The only people who can kick me off are the Boulets. So got it.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Also, we get a very lovely, touching scene from season 5, girlies, who suddenly realize they're the only clique that's left from the same season, like three for three. And
Okay.
Blackberri suddenly, sorry.
We got something we gotta talk about first, because the season 5 clique has not been clicking, right? There has been a lot of beef there.
We need to repair it first.
we need to mend the clique. So Cynthia pulls Blackberri aside, with Blackberri going, yeah, sure, we can talk. And like, that was Blackberri making good TV. That was good TV.
Yeah. That was good TV.
But Cynthia apologizes, saying she's went too far, and that, she didn't mean a lot of what she said, and that she's hopeful that they can be friends again. And Blackberri forgives her and then locks her in an outhouse, as good friends do.
Blackberri!
I love like the shot of her just like reaching down with her black nails, trying to get the little thing.
But yeah, they kind of mend this, I would say, rather quickly for something that's been arguably going on for the entire season to this point.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I'm going to be suspicious.
I do think that what Jaharia said to Cynthia really sunk in, and I think going into that conversation, Cynthia was ready to apologize for her part of things, because Jaharia just told her like outright last episode, she's like, you were messy in there, you were not listening to Blackberri at all. And so Cynthia, I think, came in the right mindset for this conversation.
I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, so then we get that cute little moment of the season 5 girlies realizing that they're the only season that hasn't really lost anybody to this point. They're still in there and kicking. Yes, Jaharia is still here, but she was the only season 6 school. And it's kind of nice. We get to see Blackberri talk about how much this competition means to her. And the second I saw this, I'm like, oh, fuck, what's going to happen to Blackberri in this episode?
This is absolutely not setting up any sort of storyline at all.
I'm not getting murdered.
I'm not getting murdered, I think.
Can we talk about Logan doing the blue hydrangea eggs face a second ago?
That's the Scarlet Harlot.
That's the Scarlet Harlot as Macaulay Culkin.
You messed up.
Let me see if I can do it.
Egg.
Oh!
No, and I'll be rude.
My favorite part is that it's peeking your mic.
Oh my god! Oh, I love that.
The power of RuPaul.
The power of RuPaul. I was gonna say, for such a season that people really didn't like in the moment, season 5 has really shown up this season, and they're showing that they are that bitch, and they're really, really performing. So regardless of what happens in the rest of the episode, and we'll get to it, they've really been showing up and slaying.
Yeah, as someone who, and I think a lot of my personal problem with season 5 when it was airing was that I really didn't like how JK got treated on that season, and I also really didn't like how the edit was trying to make us think that JK was in the wrong on that season.
And the way the production worked on season 5.
That.
But no, getting to see where we're at now with the season 5 people and like how they're doing and like where they're at. Because I think all three of them have done really well throughout this competition. It's been nice to see, because I thought season 5 was a very talented group that they sacrificed to Orc and Neo for some reason. And
the other one.
No.
Well, the other one made the top 4, so technically.
Did they? Beside the point.
By technicality, yes. Unfortunately.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Rebecca Glasscock made the top 3, but we don't say anything about her.
By technicality, she made the top 3.
How dare you? Rebecca Glasscock has one of the most iconic entrance looks of all time.
Yes. That's the only thing. The only instance when the word iconic is.
You know, Mike, I did like you. I did like you. I really wanted to. Anyway.
But importantly, we also get this moment of Jaharia and JK are talking about everything, basically the same thing that Abhora and Evah and Sigourney were talking about earlier. And they basically come to the conclusion that, yeah, everything's still good and they're still going to take out Sigourney and Evah. And basically the exact same thing we got from them last episode. But then Sigourney decides now is the time to ask Jaharia, are you playing me or is this real? And Sig, she ain't buying it.
Did she offer her a pinky promise?
And
No.
girl, no, there were no pinky promises.
Well,
Not a
Jaharia
single
breaks
pinky
those.
promise
So
was
why didn't she
acknowledged
trust?
or offered in this episode.
See, but when she offers the third pinky promise, she's going to go home that episode.
That's
You
the
gotta
one.
remember.
Okay.
That's the thing. And sorry, time it apparently. So we get this moment of, they're talking. Jaharia is telling her, I'm playing JK. JK saw me talking to you and Evah, and I had to do damage control, but everything's still good. We're still going after Jay. And Sig's just she's telling me what I want to hear, but I don't believe anything that's coming out of her mouth. Next episode is gonna get spicy. I can feel it.
I'll say this time, Sig's skepticism of her fellow castmates really hit the nail on the head here.
Mm-hmm. When you're skeptical of everyone, you will eventually be correct.
Yes.
A broken clock is correct twice a day. So
Yes.
But yeah, so we get a little bit of more of these fun scenes. We get a scene of Sigourney lassoing Cynthia Doll, tying her to the train track with the silent movie overlay over it of the text splash of what they're saying. Camp, pure camp.
I was really worried for Cynthia when they were throwing the lasso, because people think a lasso is a little bit weak twine. It is a heavy ass rope. It will hurt if it hits you at high speed. So she learned pretty quickly. She's like, oh my gosh, that's it's rigid. It's very rigid.
yeah.
She was just they were just preparing her for some very heavy legless animals she would encounter later in the episode.
Also say shout out. We saw a kimchi makeup compact with Evah Destruction.
Not
so.
I mean,
We love kimchi here.
Kimchi chic beauty, even durable even in the harshest of deserts. Period.
Agreed.
Yeah. So with that though,
Attention competitors. Attention competitors. The floor show is about to begin.
It's time to get into our floor show this week. We are, once again, it is the Ghost Town Challenge. Ghost Town. We're talking Western Ghosty. Those are your two things. First up, this Boulet outfit, though.
Genius. One
Really?
of the best across. You don't like it?
I love it.
I love the makeup. The outfit is giving me Silent Hill Nurse. And once I saw that, I couldn't unsee that.
Is it bad? Though? I mean, for them.
It's not Wild West.
Ah.
It's very metropolitan.
But look at the guest judges. They're also pretty metropolitan idea of Wild West.
Yeah,
I thought they were cute.
I will say personally, I was getting a little bit of Haunted Mansion from this, but I don't mind. I think it looks very great. And the color palette is very Western. I love this. The makeup is just incredible. I don't know what they're doing with their legs here, but
I think that's what
I was happy to
gave me
see
the
a
Silent
leg.
Hill Nurse thing.
Probably.
Girl, if you're going to be showing your knees, it needs to look like J-Lo, not like Mr. Rogers.
But that was the concept. They're skeletons. That's why the Roger Rabbiting. Oh, sorry, Mr. Roger Rabbiting.
Oh, I know. I felt the need to reference Mo Hart in this moment. But
Also,
Brown cow. Stunning.
Stunning.
Also, did they name the guest judges once this episode? I don't remember them doing that.
Yes,
Yeah.
just this
Alex and Zach.
from
the
show.
They're twin temple. They
Temple.
are married. Their names are Alex and Zach. Yes. They are a band. They make spooky, like, doo-wop music, I guess would be the best way to put it. But, like, the song that they had in this episode was quite nice. I quite enjoyed it, so I might have to check them out.
Yeah.
But also, if you two are married, I don't know if your siblings are married. They're married. Damn it. Okay, I was gonna say.
He's very.
He has a tall glass of water over there.
Indeed, yeah.
I'm
not from Flint, Michigan.
Y'all gonna thirst over any damn twink, huh?
No, yes, we will.
So
And
damn
so-
Jonathan's not here, Logan.
I mean, first of all, he's really hot. Secondly, this is not a glass of water from Flint, Michigan.
And you know what, Logan?
Bro, I'm in Michigan now. Don't even.
Oh, I know. I know you do.
But you know why I referenced it, yeah.
Yes, of course. But yeah, so love seeing this. Love these looks. Good choice on the group. Good choice on the song. Importantly, though, we haven't mentioned it yet. They do have to do this look, and then there's a lip sync performance to a song by Twin Temple. So be aware of that as we discuss the critiques for both ends of the performances here. So first up, Blackberri.
Are we going to do in our teabag? Are we going to do teabag here and then talk about the performance in the same bit?
I think we can do both.
Okay.
Yeah, both in the same bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Girl, I love you. I really do. You're one of my favorite people that has ever been on Dragula. Not my favorite. I'll just say that. The prop tombstone was so distracting for me during your original walk. And in the lip sync, I just don't feel like you really gave it much comparatively to me. Like, seeing other people perform, it just didn't feel as vibrant. And we've seen Blackberri perform and be vibrant before. It just wasn't really happening in this episode. This look also gave me Haunted Mansion, but not in the, like, Boulet way of giving me Haunted Mansion, where I think it's a mansion that was built in Nevada. Like, this is very clearly the Florida Haunted Mansion, the Orlando one. So yeah, this is a bag for me. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give it a bag as well. I liked the performance a lot more than I liked the look. I thought the performance was really good. That she needed to get rid of that tombstone. She needed to get rid of, like, she needed to Coco Chanel this look and take many things off before she presented it. It was unfortunately my least favorite of the week overall. Just because it overall just felt a little clunky for the performance. And that's a little bit of how I felt overall with Blackberri in a lot of her looks this season. The looks have been good. The concepts have been really great, but there's been a lot of elements and a lot of things going on. And ultimately, I appreciate her wanting to step her pussy up here for Titans, but not all of the pussy steps on the pussy staircase have been pussified, in the words of Jujubee.
Not the pussy staircase.
And I needed... yes, the pussy staircase. I needed... She's like 3 steps up the pussy staircase, which was good for like the first half of the season. But now we're in the back half of the season where like the rest of the cast is like 4, 5, 6 steps up the pussy staircase, and Blackberri's still like 3 steps up the pussy staircase. Do you get what I mean? Pussy willows, Dottie. Pussy staircase.
Jesus. Okay.
Pussy staircase.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a bag for me. I think I get that it's a gravedigger character, but I feel like there's so many props and so many things going on with the outfit. I don't know where my eyes should go on this outfit. She should have edited it down. It's a difficult character that she had because it's hard to kind of convey that she is a grave robber, that she digs up graves and stuff like that. That is a very Wild West character, but but as far as the look, it is probably my least favorite of the entire group tonight. As far as the performance, I did like some parts of Blackberry's performance, but I don't think she shined as well as a lot of the other monsters did in the lip sync performance. I know the judges gushed about the eye patch reveal. It was nice. It was okay. It did elevate her above where she was before she did that. That was probably the best thing she did, but I don't think it was like the best thing I saw of the lip sync tonight. We'll get to what I loved about the performance tonight. This is a bag for me. I'm sorry, Blackberry. I love a lot of what you brought, but this look it's too clunky, too many moving parts, and the lip sync just was a little lackluster for me.
Well, Blackberry has been pussifying themselves almost every day, but this pussifying didn't go as well. Yeah. I'm sorry, this is a bag for me. I think it's my second least favorite Blackberry performance this season, after the Monsters of Rock. But there, Blackberry got kind of lost in the shuffle and was managed to like be safe. But here, when we have twice as few people, every mistake kind of literally was on display. I mean, not like a mistake in the performance probably, but although I wasn't like gagging over this performance, knowing of what Blackberry is capable of. It looks like something was off there as well, but the look really, I agree with Mike, it's probably my least favorite of the week, unfortunately. It did, I kind of enjoy the makeup, but overall, over the gravestone and the eye patch gag, it kind of went from Boulets to like Tarantino's Django territory, and I don't think it's, love the color of the makeup though. But yeah, overall, they kind of lost me, unfortunately. So it's a bug.
Yeah. I think we've all said what we had to say. So let's move on to Jaharia. Now, I am going to disagree with the Boulets here. I actually really liked this outfit. I thought it looked really great. I will say, when Jaharia first came out, I was a bit gagged. I didn't immediately, I was like, whoa, okay. I thought this looked really great. It's a little simple, but honestly, you don't have to make it complicated or else you're going to be dropping your tombstone off your shoulder. And I think in this particular situation, I think Jaharia did the assignment pretty well. I think Jaharia was pretty good in the lip sync performance, all things considered. We got a lot of Jaharia content in that performance. I wish we would have gotten a little bit more of some other people. I would have loved to have seen more of Cynthia, for example. We barely got anything of her.
Yeah.
But Jaharia did a really good job this week. T.
Yeah, I think overall for me it's going to be a tepid T for Jaharia. I like that we're seeing a different character, a different characterization, step out of her box a little bit, which I really appreciated. I like the uniqueness of this character, but overall, it felt a little flat. In the lip sync performance, it was good, but it felt a little flat. It felt a little one note. The makeup even feels a little flat. I wish there was a little bit more dimension in the actual makeup itself. The look, while good, I felt like could have gone a few different directions. I wish there were more arrows going into the body. But I do appreciate, and I agreed with the Boulets, I appreciated seeing how her ghost died. I thought that was a really interesting part of her story. So overall, it was a very up and down week for Jaharia for me, but I'm going to give it a tepid T because I did still really like it.
I'm going to disagree with both of y'all. I think this was my second least favorite look of the night. I thought it was far too simple for me. That little skull spine staff that Jaharia is carrying could have been eliminated completely from the look, and I think we wouldn't miss anything from the overall look effect. I do like that we get this storyline of sheriff fighting, local Indians and gets shot with arrows and killed. I think that's interesting. But other than that, there's nothing visually interesting with this look for me. It's played very, very straight. The performance for me, I feel like
straight.
Yes, unfortunately. And in the performance for me, Jaharia did well, but I feel like I wasn't getting any sort of perspective of what this character was. It was kind of just Jaharia in a sheriff outfit, lip syncing. Jaharia is a great performer. I've always said that on this podcast, and I think she did well here, but I don't see a character or characterization here that was unique, that was like specifically to this character, I guess I would say. It fell flat for me. This is going to be a bag, unfortunately.
I'm with Logan here. I was very up and down with Jaharia this week because we know she can sell the performance down. We know. And she did. But just given that we've seen her only last year, having a ghost train character, which was kind of in the same vein, but done better, I think. That kind of, the look was really the most simple of the entire night. But given that both Blackberry's and, we'll get to her, Cynthia's props kind of malfunctioned and backfired, I see why she was safe. And especially given like the strength of her performance and how the Boulets, like especially this season, are talking each week that they like appreciate the performance part more and more, I see why she was safe. So yeah, I'm not mad at this. I really enjoyed the makeup. I like love that makeup for her. I think it's like unique and different for her. I love the storytelling, but the look here is really on a very simple side, so it's gonna be pretty cold tea for me, almost an iced tea.
Sigourney! She should have won this challenge all the way. I'm pissed.
Didn't she?
All the way. Both categories. Personally. For me. For me. Okay? This was the most Western outfit here. This was, I don't want to say the most ghost, because I think they all kind of hit the ghost nail on the head. But we saw how she died. I think the construction was great. She glamored it up. This is what Sigourney does better than almost anybody that's ever been on Dragula, period. If not anybody that's ever been on Dragula, period. I think it's like her and like Aurora Matrix, or like the two, Aurora Matrix, Aurora Cosmic. Sorry.
Now I would pay good money to see Aurora Matrix compete on Dragula. Maybe if Canada's Drag Race doesn't work out for Van Gogh this season and all three of y'all lose, somebody make the jump to Dragula. I'm telling y'all.
Get all three of them. Currell, Aurora, and Van Gogh.
And Van Gogh.
Bella is already an exorcista in her bones. I mean, she has it.
Van comes back after losing Canada 6. Hopefully not. Hopefully she wins. But she comes back. She's like, guys, I think we all just really need to go on Dragula together.
Killing me. But the only thing I didn't care for with this look was the hair. I think it would have looked better with a different color. But I think the styling was on point. I just think the color was a bit of an interesting choice more than anything. But I think this whole look was just really well constructed. Sig was fantastic in the lip sync, giving the sultry notes that the song was asking for. That I will say, no one else really did. So, yeah, Sig absolutely did the best in the performance for me. And I think this look was just incredible. Hot tea.
It's tea for me, obviously, because I think the look is great. Now, I'm gonna get that out of the way. Here's where I'm at with Sig with this look, and I do like it, and I think she performed phenomenally. My first point being, I really don't like the hair with this. So hairline down, I really enjoy what's going on. This wig is too bright and too warm of a color for this challenge. And B, way too shiny. Like the sheen coming off of this wig alone, like it worked for the performance, I guess, in one way or another. But it didn't necessarily work all that well for me. It kind of took me out of the ghostly fantasy that we were going for this challenge. Now, here's the other thing I want to point out, and this is not a dig at Sigourney, but more an interesting point on production side. Sigourney was the only person in this challenge that presented a femme character. And when the song has so many lyrics referencing woman, referencing the womb, that's where I was like, oh, as soon as I heard like 6 or 7 lyrics into the song, I was like, well, Sigourney's going to win the performance if they are doing anything like that, because she was the only person that was doing anything femme presenting. And again, that's not a dig at Sigourney. I think she did the best in the performance because she was able to do it the easiest out of anybody. It's incredibly difficult for anybody else on that stage in the character that they're doing to emote that specific song in any way, shape, or form that was comparable to what Sigourney did. I'm not reading into that too much. I love Sigourney, and I think she did a great job in the performance. I did think it was a little bit uneven. And it's something that I acknowledge and I thought was a little bit strange. If you know you're going to do this challenge, and you know that you have drag artists that present across the gender spectrum, why are we presenting a song that is so specifically one gender? That's just where I was a little bit confused. But regardless, it's T for Sig.
I think that's a fair point. As far as like Sig's look, we all kind of agree. She looks fantastic. She always looks fantastic. I want to point out a technical aspect of her look that I think she has done anytime she does body paint. She has this full body paint, and that is hard to do. Like, Alaska Thunderfuck was not able to do that on All Stars 2. Like, her full blue alien looks horrible. She looks amazing here. So props to you, Sigourney, for being able to do that and get all of the body. That is a skill. She looks amazing. We have a storyline from her. She did amazing in the performance as well. I was transfixed by Sigourney. I mean, this is what she does best here in this performance. I was wowed. I see what you're saying, Logan. I agree that production may not have set up the most equitable challenge for everybody. However, I mean, if it's right there and there for the taking, I mean, Sigourney snatched it and she made it hers.
And I'm not mad at that either.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you, Brooke. I think she could have just had the win all to herself this episode. I don't think it needed to be a shared win. This is piping hot tea for me.
Well, we'll get to the other person sharing this win later, but I thoroughly enjoyed this look. Literally, when I saw the details of the body paint, I thought like, oh, Jade, your green witch left some spaces to be covered and desired, and Sigourney left no crowns. But I also agree with the weak critic because it kind of, I don't know, I love it visually, but I get what you're saying, but it kind of doesn't go that well with the theme because she looks like, oh, that's what would happen if like Eureka's hair lobe would be on a ghost. I mean, why not, of course. But that's a torch. That's the inhuman burning of the torch. Now, yeah, the performance was phenomenal. Did the lyrics cater to her? Probably yes. Could the other artists like be fully like acting it out as well as her? Don't know. It's very hard to say, but Sig really ran with it, yeah, and I appreciate it. So it's pretty hot tea for me, and I think it's such a good momentum given that all the season she was kind of like safe, and not living up to what everybody was thinking she would be like killing. And it's very cool that she showed up here, like just directorially, storyline wise. So very hot tea for me.
Certainly.
Next up, Evah Destruction. Why were you in the top 3?
I don't believe she was.
She was. According to critique, she was.
She was.
And she was a resounding 5th for me this week. You could have argued 4th with me. I think 4th, 5th with Jaharia was like debatable for me. But Evah over JK this week? I don't agree. Maybe I'm being biased. I don't agree. I think Evah looks great. Of course she looks great. It's Evah. Her construction is never an issue. Her design is never an issue. Evah in this performance was distracting me, and not in a good way. I know Evah plays this like very over-the-top character in a lot of her performances. Like one of the most famous drag performances, period, is Evah's laughing number that she does. Like if you've ever seen a drag queen do a number to a laugh track, it's because of Evah Destruction, because she was the one that did it first.
Iconic.
Right?
It still comes up on my recommended.
She's not the one that did it first, but that's a more nuanced conversation for another time.
She's the one that did it. She popularized it.
She repopularized it for the 2010s and 2020 audience.
Yes. And yes, that performance is iconic as fuck. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But it doesn't work with this number. And the energy that she was giving was just really distracting for me. And then my biggest problem with this entire outfit, girl, what is it with you and the mini pickaxe? This pickaxe needs to be like another 2 feet longer. Just literally get a PVC pipe, spray paint it brown, and just shove it on the end of this pickaxe so that way it'll reach down, because pickaxes are not tiny, okay? I don't care what Minecraft has told you. Pickaxes are big. They are huge, especially if you're going to have that big of an end on a pickaxe. There are smaller pickaxes that exist, but if you're doing like this like bigger sized pickaxe, that handle needs to come down to your damn knee. And I'm so angry. Like, and it irked me when during the first episode when she had a tiny prop. Stop it with the tiny props. If you're going to do a pickaxe, make it. Oh god, this is such a pet peeve. I'm so sorry.
Stop trying to make tiny pickaxes happen.
Literally. But I will say, I love the stouting that she did on this, because it's such a nice detail that really adds a lot to the outfit. I think she did a really great job construction-wise, as I said. I love the lantern here as well. Like, again, the outfit's really great. Bigger pickaxe and less I don't want to say less energy, but less too much in the performance for me. So T, but not in my top 3.
Meh. I will never say anything bad about Evah's art, because drag is art, art is subjective. I'm getting a little bored by Evah this season. I'm going to be real and honest. I think everything she's presented has been clean, concise, and very well done, but I've been very bored by what she's presented, and that's just me being honest. And me being someone who has been a fan of Evah Destruction since well before she got on Dragula Season 3. I'm a little bit like, oh, okay. Nothing she's done this season for me, with the exception of the Gothic Bride, has absolutely wowed me. I'm just going to be honest. I love Evah dearly. I love Evah dearly. And I'm just a little bit like, it feels a little bit like playing it safe. But yes, the construction on this is absolutely stunning. She looks incredible. The performance was fine. The look is good. It's tea. I'm just a little bit like, I want to be surprised by Evah again. And there's nothing wrong with consistency. There's nothing wrong with being good and consistent and solid throughout the entire competition. But as a fan of Evah's, I would like a moment to be utterly shocked by Evah Destruction. And of everybody left in the competition, at this point, she is the only person that has not done that to me this season. And I would like to see it as a big fan of Evah's.
Yeah, I actually I would mirror a lot of what you said, Logan. Evah is definitely polished. The look is great. I definitely like this gold miner aesthetic. The little gold, like sparkle, like jewels on the body. You know, it's very evident. I will say, and I think Sigourney says it in a shady way of like, how did your character die? Like, we didn't see how your character died, and it could have been done so easy with such a great detail. Like, have the skeleton of a little bird on your hat or something like that. Like, there was gas in the coal mine, and you just didn't know and you inhaled the gas and died. That's easy. That's the storyline that you could just put in there. And Evah, like, there's some like details I feel like are being missed. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like this is the first week I'm feeling like Evah's getting a little complacent in the competition. Like, she's been doing extremely well and deservedly so, but I feel like this week I am seeing a bit complacency in this look. Especially now I'm going to get to where I really had an issue, which is the performance. The song is very sultry. The song is very seductive and it is feminine, but I think there's a masculine way to convey those emotions. And we'll get to that in a bit because I think somebody did that very, very well on the masculine presenting side. Evah did not do that. Evah did like maniacal. Evah was all over the place, completely mismatched the vibe of the song. And it was just a complete miss for me. Evah was actually one of my least favorites in the performance aspect. And for that, I do like this look. There's a lot I like about this look, but it could have been so much more. I'm getting so much more from other monsters this season, like other looks that are making me wowed. When I see Evah, a lot of times it's like, that's very pretty, that's very polished, but I'm not seeing that oomph. I'm not seeing that extra wow factor from a lot of Evah's looks lately. And for that, I'm going to have to give it a slight bag overall. Though I do really like this look. It's a nice look.
Like, she's been on the 4th or 5th step of the pussy staircase all season. But now other people are catching up and passing her going up the pussy staircase. And it's like, girl, if you're content being on the 4th step of the pussy staircase, so be it, girl. But eventually, people are going to pass you on their way up the pussy staircase towards the staircase of souls. And you might end up on that staircase of souls instead of on the pussy staircase, Miss Evah Destruction.
Like, I'm going to say in this episode, I have a new front runner for the season after this episode.
I do too.
And I think it's partially complacency I saw in Evah's demeanor. I think Evah feels like, oh, I got this. I'm like, girl, no, you don't. There's like 4 or 5 really heavy hitters that are all really trying hard. And one of them passed you to this week. And we'll talk about it at the end of the recap.
Yeah.
Micha. I have a feeling you're about to be the detractor here from this stream of opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
the Resident Evil lover.
As a Resident Evil lover, I mean, I wouldn't disagree with one thing. I think she really has been kind of safe for the past couple of episodes. I think the first 3 episodes, she's been like killing it. The Ghost Bride, and especially the Groom, like all the spy dating story. The debut episode, she won deservedly so, and she really embodied the song. Here, the past couple of episodes, she was kind of on the safer side. Now, I would actually think that her and JK, will get it later, would share for me 3rd and 4th place. I don't think that one of them is better than another one. I get that the manic interpretation is not for everyone, but as a person who believes, I know I'm probably in the minority there, who believes that a legendary double save from season 12 of Drag Race between a certain Jackie Cox and Heidi was won by Jackie because of her manic interpretation. I really enjoy this manic interpretation of hers.
You mean Jackie Cox can't fit her in a box?
Yes, exactly.
Can't put her in a box.
I will tell you why. Now, I'm not like the biggest Western/country fan in the world. And as a singer, sometimes when a song kind of, I don't know, feels very safe for you, you sometimes feel this urge to do like overboard and manic stuff. And we've seen with Evah lots of times when she does exactly, as an actor, she does exactly what the song calls for, namely like in episode 4 and 1, just this very season, or like the seasons prior she's been on. But here, going manic, I think was a good way for her to kind of distract from the safety of this outfit. I agree with the outfit is very clean, polished, and kind of safe. Now, is it my favorite thing it was done this season? No, we've all told this. But for me, it's still like a pretty solid, warm, lukewarm-ish tea, because I got what she was going for with this manicness, because like let me be the opposite end of what the song is calling for, and maybe in this I will try to like do something different that everybody's doing. And also, it was Eva of all people who kind of contradicted Mike, because she said herself that track record doesn't mean shit. This was my favorite confessional of her the entire episode, when she was like, track record doesn't mean shit at all. This is like, you're stupid if you believe that the track record matters. So yeah, I mean, she might be coasting a bit, but I don't think she's coasting overall. She might have been complacent this episode, but I don't think she's like coasting strategically.
I think that's fair.
I will say that specific confessional, I think, was to set up something else, and we'll talk about it when it comes around.
Correct.
Next up, Cynthia Doll, serving us snake oil.
Eyebrows.
We'll get there in a minute, Micha. So yeah, Cynthia, really interesting concept here. I think they didn't show us Cynthia in the performance because I think she did a really good job, and they wanted to just put Cynthia in the bottom because this look was not really executed as well as it could have been. And you know, last week, Mike, you did mention them talking about Blackberry's table malfunction, right? And you compared it to Throb, and I was like, well, I mean, it was kind of a very big failure of a prop, and like maybe not. Maybe I might need to take that back, because I think them going after the snake not spitting anything up, that's a bit harsh. I think that was a bit much. The fact that she turned the snake into a puppet. More puppets on Dragula. Everyone loves puppets. Everybody loves puppets.
Except for Lana.
Except for Lana. Lana does not like puppets. And yeah, that prosthetic is not great. But also, I didn't hear one word from the Boulets about Abhora when she had a prosthetic that looked even worse than that a couple episodes ago. So I'm just saying, like, the cracked head, the cracks that were in that prosthetic, and they didn't say a word about it. But when it's Cynthia, that's when we talk about it. Okay, I see you, production. And I know they said they had to be more nitpicky because it is later in the competition and blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, I do unfortunately agree that Cynthia probably should have been in the bottom based on the edit we received in this episode. Okay, sure. But I think she still did a really great job this week, and I still think that Cynthia is fucking sickening. So yeah, Diva bag, but I'm not happy about it.
I'm mad because I wanted to come in here and do everything in my power to give this tea. And instead, I'm not going to give it a bag. I'm going to give it 2 big bushy brows. Yeah, it's just, you know, I love the concept. I think it's really fun. I think it's interesting that 2 people went snake oil. We'll talk about it later as well. But I love the concept. And what I appreciated the most is that we saw something different from Cynthia. Again, this is another week for Cynthia. And what I've appreciated from her the entire competition is she's stepping out of her box as well. And like the Boulet said, we're seeing Cynthia transform before our eyes. And it was so wonderful to see. I appreciate her stepping out of her box and trying new characters and trying out new things. Was it the best executed? No. No, it wasn't. Did she deserve to be in the bottom 2? Unfortunately, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm not happy about that. I don't want her to be in the bottom 2. I don't want her to go home. I hope she doesn't, but I don't want either of the people in the bottom 2 to go home. And that's the reality of the situation. So for me, it's a slight bag because of the malfunction and because of those brows, girl. Because, girl, no, I'm sorry. Absolutely not. No.
I'll start off by saying those brows are heinous. And that's all I'll say about that. I'm actually going to disagree with you, Logan. We'll get to it when we get to it, but I think the bottom 2 should have been a different bottom 2 than what we were seeing.
Okay.
And I agree with you, Brooke.
I'm fine with that.
I agree with you, Brooke. I think they hid Cynthia because the little bit that we saw of Cynthia in the performance was excellent. She had the lighting, she had this like intensity, and she knew the lyrics. She had this character. I know that in the prosthetic issue that they talked about, I'm sorry, but like from afar, it looks like age lines to me. Only when you got up close where you're like, okay, the prosthetic is a little off, but I'm like, it works for the character when it's a little imperfect. It still fits into the aesthetic of the character. And so it wasn't as big as an offensive mistake for me. I love this character that Cynthia brought. It's this manic kind of old man snake oil salesman. I'm a huge fan of like Wild West stuff. I played all the Red Dead Redemptions, and there is a snake oil salesman character who this kind of reminds me of, this very slippery, slimy kind of character. I love the perspective. I love the storyline. The performance of what we saw was excellent. I will say that, that being said, I think the finer details of the look are a little lacking for me. And for that reason, since there could be more polish and other people are bringing really polished looks, I'm going to give this a slight T for me, a very cold T. But I'm actually higher on Cynthia than the Boulets were. I think they were far too harsh. And I think production did a little sneaky and hit a lot of her performance.
Yeah. Now we know. Now we know, in the words of the great Jinx Monsoon, which snake oil handler in Appalachia raised Trinity the Tuck. Mm-hmm. And I'm giving this a T. And I'm going to maybe slightly contradict myself or not by saying that still Cynthia probably should have been in the bottom too, because while I wasn't like zooming in on the details, I really enjoyed this look. I agree with you, Logan. It's so cool to see it so different for her. At first, when she came out, and I was like not looking that much into her eyebrows and basically the whole front part of her face, I thought, oh my God, how on earth is this like, is this the Ron Perlman before Hellboy? Is this like Hellboy being a child? And then I've seen the details. It's like, okay, yeah, now I get it. Yeah, I also agree with what everybody said about the performance beats we've seen of her, because she had by far the smallest part of the performance, but it was so good. And for that reason, and for going completely different, I would still give this a T, and not like a very cold one, a pretty lukewarm one, but still. Yeah, I'm just I agree with like the tweaks, the prop. Yeah, there is a lot of this to like spice up, to lube up, to oil up, literally, for it to be kind of fully polished version of her vision. But still, it was so good and different for Cynthia. Then, yeah, I still enjoyed it. But I mean, it was a premonition of her to bring prop snakes and then meet the real ones in real life.
Yeah. Cynthia Doll. Next up, Abhora. Bitch, you fucking ate. Oh my God, this is so damn good. When she said she was going to be making these out of poster board, I will say it worried me a smidge, because you never know how something's going to translate when it's out on scene. And then it turns into the most cartoony look I think that they have ever had on Dragula. And that is a compliment, because this looks so visually, I'm so into this. I'm so into voguing right now. Like, this is so awesome. I love the gun, like the visual of the revolver with like the way she drew, like that's poster board and marker. I wish I had talent. I'm just going to say that, because this is just like, it's so simple, right? But it adds so much to the rest of this look. The axe in her back. Yep. Great, lovely addition that did not need to be there, but it works really well. I have went on record and said that her look from the original Ghost Town Challenge in season 2 is one of my favorite looks in the history of the show. This is right up there with it. I think this is just really stellar. did lose Abhora a lot in the performance. I'm not going to lie. I don't think Abhora was like a standout for me in the performance. And judging that this was a performance and a look challenge, I personally would have had Abhora just be high because I think Sigourney did better in the look than Abhora did in the performance for me personally. But if this was just a runway and there was no performance aspect on this whatsoever, Abhora cleaned up here. Absolutely incredible. Scalding hot kettle of tea.
This is one of the best things I've ever seen on Dragula. I've been very harsh on Abhora in the past. I haven't gotten it with Abhora. I've been on a very difficult personal journey with Abhora as a viewer. But this is one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen. To be the only person left actually competing from season 2 and to make the jump from the season 2 look to this is so smart. This is my favorite look of the week by far. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen on Dragula. I loved every single bit of this. This is so fucking cool. I will disagree with you ever so slightly when it comes to the performance, though, because I actually really enjoyed Abhora in the performance. We didn't see a lot of Abhora. I had the same issue with Abhora that I had actually with Cynthia, where we didn't see a whole lot of Abhora, but what we did see of Abhora was we saw them emoting really well. I thought they did a really good job of capitalizing on the moments that they were in and really taking advantage. And I really appreciated that as a performer. So I saw them. We didn't see a whole lot of them, but the moments we did see of Abhora in the performance were really, really strong. And again, it's an edited version of the full performance. So we got what we got here, but overall, this is not even tea. This is the full cup. The cup is full. The cup is full of tea and it's overflowing, and I'm becoming an Abhora fan?
Who would have thought?
Honestly, who would have thought? Not me, but I'm happy to be on the train.
You know what? You know what? I'm jumping on that train with you as well. This was my favorite look of the week. It's so creative. It shows the artistry of Abhora and the way her mind works, which is, it's just so brilliant. It's so brilliant to think of Western and think of the like kind of cartoony, black and white cartoon aesthetic of Western and give this like outlandish proportions of the look. Also in the silhouette of the look as well. Like those hips are kind of in a cartoony shape as well. Just from head to toe, just absolutely brilliant. I love this look. I love how Abhora sold this character. We know how they died. Just down to every last detail. Just done so well in this look. In the performance, I agree with you, Logan. I loved what I saw from Abhora. This is what I was hinting to when I said you could do this in a masculine presenting way, but in a sultry, he was very suave. The performance was very like, he was just this cool character sitting down, smoking his cigar. There was the little baby gaff, which was kind of funny. So I enjoyed that as well. I actually think for me, Abhora was my second favorite in the performance. My favorite was Sigourney. She slayed, obviously. But as far as like who did the second best in the performance, for me, it was Abhora. I think Abhora really captured this really slow tempo, mid-tempo, kind of sexy, sultry song in a masculine presenting way. For me, this was piping hot, scolding, hot tea. You know what? Screw it. Chai tea grande.
Yeah. I mean, this was Abhora's week to lose, and she didn't. Because not only did she manage to outdo her original season 2 look, being the only contestant who has done this challenge this week, but yeah, I mean, the cartoon, it's kind of, the sheer genius of this. This is kind of an obvious route, but you'd never think of it because there's plenty of cartoon which reference Western. And yeah, I mean, I love this look so much. And I agree with you. It's actually from the little what I've seen, might be one of my top 3 performances as well. So I'm totally not mad at the double win, but the look, it's giving a full kettle and a pot of chai tea grande with all the capsaicin spices in hell. It's gonna be like, this Carolina Reaper mixed with all the other spices, just there, just like overflowing and burning. Yeah, so good.
I'm very glad we're all in agreement on this one. I was kind of worried. It's Abhora. You never really know how the panel's gonna feel about Abhora.
There was a tree last week, so
Well, and I will say, I read the comments on that video, and I would like to just go ahead and say, I liked the look. The tree was good. The tree was good. She should have either had more branches to make it more Christmassy, or she should have not had the Christmas ornaments on it to make it Earth Day. That is all I am saying with that look.
Baby,
okay?
Baby, did you watch back what you said in the video?
Maybe.
First of all, you have to remember what you said.
Thank you.
No, you didn't.
I do. Beside the point, JK. I will say, before we even get into the discussion of this, I was hoping that we could mention JK and Abhora getting to do the floor show at the same time. I thought that was such a fun thing for them to do because, yes, these looks are perfect together. The robber, the sheriff, like, naturally. But I appreciate the Boulets or whoever was in charge of this being like, okay, we'll let them do this together because it does sell both of their looks really well. And it makes sense from a narrative. This is stunning. This is perfect. This is incredible. I don't know what it is, but anytime somebody comes out with something covering their face, but the eyes are just like such a different peek out of that look, it always stuns me a little bit. It's also why I'm typically a fan of masked performers on Dragula, because I like getting to see that, like, not her, not the fracking, but not her, but everyone else, not her. But I said typically, not a fan of Miss Shame.
Criminal offense side eye, Brook.
Not a fan of Miss Shame, to be clear. But getting to see I like when they make it pop so much more. Turning the cowboy hat into your mask is so creative. Love the use of the bandolier here. I think the overall construction, the color palette was really interesting as well, because a lot of people went with these darker colors. But like I said, these baby blue pants, they make the red pop so much. This is not an outfit I think JK a couple seasons ago would have been able to execute at this level. And that polish that's came on top of the ideas that we were already there in season 5, plus that little bit of JK craziness that just makes everything come together into this perfect package. I don't know how this wasn't in the top 3 this week, because I think Jay did really great in the performance too. Maybe they're pissed that she had a gag that didn't go perfectly with the money bag, but like, whatever. Chai tea grande. I'll just throw that in there too.
I loved what Jay did this week. I do love the Fat Albert inspiration here with the hat as well. I think that brings it into such a more unique place, and I really appreciated that from Jay here. I thought that was absolutely incredible. I thought the color palette was great. There's a few things I would have swapped around, and the main thing for me, and this had to do with both the floor show performance and the lip sync performance, is that I wish the front of the bill of the hat was lifted up ever so slightly, so we got a little bit more of a view of their face and their lips, because for me it did impede a little bit in the floor show and a little bit more in the lip sync performance. I do think they did very well in both. I think that's actually why they were safe more than anything else. I don't think it had to do with the money bag. For me personally, I think despite the look being one of the strongest looks of the week, I think ultimately where I had my biggest issue was, especially in the lip sync performance, they ended up having to lift their head up so much to get, to see the words in the lip sync, that it ended up like it was either you saw the eyes or you saw the lips and you didn't really see both. And so I wish that the front of the cowboy hat was just lifted ever so slightly so we saw a little bit of that, but it is a nitpick because overall the look is great. It's still tea. I love Jay. I don't know if anybody else is saying this, but JK might be my new frontrunner after this week. I gotta be honest, because I think I really just do think that the level of polish, which is a word I never would have associated with JK. No shade, Jay. Love you dearly. But the level of polish we're getting from Jay this season is exceptional. And it's what I wanted to see from Jay coming back to Titans. And it's what we're getting. And I'm really, really thrilled about it.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I thought going into this episode, for me, JK and Evah were kind of neck and neck as far as like where everything was standing. And we'll talk about what I feel like are the standings of everybody at the end of this recap. But for this look, this is so JK. It's so campy and performs so well. And I love the lightheartedness of the character, but still kind of the gruesomeness of the details. The eyes poking through are very visually like captivating. It's kind of scary, like the makeup done around the eyes and the poking through the hat. JK said on their Instagram that this is actually inspired by a Lydia Butthole Collins look, which she's very fashionable. And go look at JK's Instagram, and he shows the original that Lydia did, and also an amazing look on Lydia as well. So great inspiration, great inspiration, great look right here. I love the story that we got from it. I love that whenever the hat came off, there was so much detail work done on the face, which was such a great surprise. I love all the details that went into JK's look this week. I think in the performance was the one for me that I felt JK wasn't really broadcasted or shown as much. And I wonder why. I'm not going to speculate one way or the other because what I saw was kind of funny, but it didn't necessarily pop for me. But the look is amazing. So I'm going to give it a solid T for me.
Yeah, looking at this Lydia look, yeah, this is great.
The Lydia look is amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was just gonna... I think everybody already said what I wanted to say. I think the reason JK was safe is primarily because of the lip sync and because of the lips. And well, when she just went for the first time during the presentation, the runway show, it was kind of, I was worried. I was like, oh my God, will we be able to see her lips properly? Because otherwise the look is amazing. The color palette is so good. And Victoria Elizabeth Black during the premiere of this very season allowed us to say polish about JK. So now we're saying it every damn week. And I'm so glad about it. But yeah, I think that's the only reason that kept JK from top 3 is exactly this part with kind of a hindrance about the lips. Yeah, how I can see. I just wish probably the fold, the head could be like slightly folded. So just before the lip sync started, Jay could have like done something like this and then not worry about the head and just emote with the lips more. But yeah, otherwise it's a very hot tea for me. It's piping hot.
Well, that is it for our floor show. We'll be back and talk about the Hellbound Showdown in just a minute. But I will ask our panel, who was your top 3 of the week?
Easily for me, it was Jay, Sigourney, and Abhora.
Exact same for me. I was between Jay and Cynthia, honestly, for the top for me. Jay, the look just is so solid. The performance, I liked what I saw. It's just, I didn't see a lot of JK in the performance, and I think that was production's fault.
Yeah, just because of the performance. I don't know. I agree with Abhora and Sigby in the top 2, obviously. But I go kind of back and forth between Evah and JK for the 3rd place, just because from what we saw from the episode.
Fair.
I will agree. Abhora, Sigourney, and Jay were my top 3 for the week. However, it does appear that the judging panel disagrees with us because our top 3 for the week are Evah, Abhora, and Sigourney, and it's on 2 lines. But our winners, plural, are Abhora and Sigourney. Correct.
She
I ain't
did
mad at
it.
it.
She did it.
She's
Now,
a winner.
If there was an overall winner this week, I personally would have given it to Sigourney because I think Sigourney's look was stronger than Abhora's lip sync, and that was kind of the distinguishing factor for me. But I will acknowledge I think they both did great in the aspects that they won in. They were clearly the best in both categories that they won in. So no complaints here for me.
I would agree with you largely because a lot of the challenges are visually based, but these performance-based challenges, I think you need to put more emphasis on the performance aspect because we don't get that every single week on Dragula. So, give Sigourney her flowers. Why couldn't she just have a solo win this week?
I'm actually going to disagree here. And I think if there was going to be one winner, as much as I liked what Sigourney gave in both the look and the performance, if I had to give a win to one person, I do think it would have been Abhora, just because of the, if I take Abhora's look, Sigourney's look, Abhora's performance, and Sigourney's performance, and put all of them together, what did I enjoy the most out of everything? It was Abhora's floor show performance and look. So for me, I would have given it to Abhora, but I do think this is honestly the right way to do this kind of challenge because it's really difficult to judge the floor show performances and this lip sync performance as one combined unit. So I did really appreciate that they gave a double win here in this case, and especially because Sigourney has been doing very, very well in the competition. So it felt like the right opportunity to finally, she did do very well this week. She was deserving of a win. Let's give her a win. And let's also recognize that Abhora did really well also. So I was really happy to see this. This would have been my optimal outcome.
Agreed. Yeah. It should have been double win. And it was.
Perfect.
Well, on the opposite side of the coin, we had already found out at this point that JK and Jaharia were both safe, which then meant there wasn't really any other option. Our bottom 2 are Blackberri and Cynthia.
No!
Logan's team is flagging the problem.
I'm gonna hard disagree with this.
Me too.
I unfortunately see their logic. I would have had this be a bottom 3 with Evah in the bottom 3. That's just me. That is just me.
Agree.
I actually, no Cynthia. I would have had Jaharia in the bottom 3. I did not care for what she brought this week. Yeah.
I mean,
it would have been Blackberri, Jaharia, and Evah for me.
Oh my god.
I'll stand by
I
that
mean, it's your take. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just not my take.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to put it out
I'll
there.
say you're wrong. No, I'm kidding.
There's the door, bitch.
Fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think ultimately a bottom 3 would have felt a little bit better for this, and I probably would have done a Blackberri, Cynthia, Evah in this case. Cynthia not by none of them really by all that. I wouldn't have been happy. Not happy.
They haven't put Evah in the bottom to show her vulnerability yet. You got to remember.
and they're not going to.
Unfortunately,
we shall see. We'll see.
They're not going to.
We got a couple episodes left. We'll see what happens.
They're not going
Before we
to.
get to the extermination, we go to the Cauldron, which isn't really a cauldron this week. It's more of like a little
corral.
snack table. It's a
The
corral.
corral.
It's a cute little corral. Is it a golden corral? Because Evah's there, yes. So
Oh my god, it's so silly.
that was terrible.
You're welcome. It's my job.
Jail for you, Brook. Prison.
No. Not prison, honey.
No, prison, honey.
Yeah, so we go to the Golden Corral, and all of our divas are basically the yap session back and forth. Does track record matter? We think Blackberri objectively did the worst this week, but I don't know. Cynthia, Blackberri's done pretty well. Blackberri has a win. Cynthia doesn't have a win. Cynthia
She should.
from the bottom. Blackberri's second time in a row where a prop wasn't really working. Like, it's kind of just the back and forth of who's going home. And I'll be honest, this was nice because nobody got mean. It was very honest and real, but nobody was an asshole about it.
I will say, Blackberri did say, she's like, I'm like a Honda. And then Cynthia said in a confessional, Hondas are reliable, but boring.
I kind of like Blackberri.
Shady.
But something I really liked is that Jay said that, was being very nice to Cynthia, but said based on track record, Blackberri would stay. But then when a couple other people said it, JK whispered to Cynthia's like, I'm taking it back. You're going to stay. You're going to kick. You're going to win. And you're going to stick around. Such a good friend. Oh, my God. I want that.
I love JK. Have I mentioned that recently? Love JK.
This is the JK Stan podcast. I hate to
That podcast, exactly, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
and also a Cynthia Doll Stan podcast, let's be real.
I will say this.
And a Blackberri Stan podcast.
We just like season 5, apparently.
Let's check all of them. Yeah. I'll say this.
Isn't it crazy how we get rid of the unlikable people from season 5 and suddenly we like all the people from season 5?
Correct.
I mean, I have no problem with people you don't like on season 5. I'm sorry.
I never need to see Ortgotic on my screen ever again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neo's great. Love Neo.
No problem with Neo. Never need to see Ortgotic on my screen again.
Well.
Personally,
Maybe.
For me. You throw a drink, that's when you're done with me. You dump a drink, that's when you're done for me.
Anyways, sorry, what was that, Micha?
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink alcohol at all, so yeah, a Gothic is not my winner pick this season because they're not there. And for season 5, we'll comment about it later. But yeah, the thing is, I was just saying that going into the extermination itself, just after the Evah's hilarious confessional about track record, I think that Cynthia, surprisingly, maybe not Cynthia had fire in her, she always has fire in her, but surprisingly enough, Blackberri going into that coffin kind of was not like giving up, but smaller energy than I expected. So we shall see how it turns out, because I
was going to say, Eva's like, track record doesn't mean shit. I'm going to be honest. That felt like production planting it there to kind of set up Blackberri's extermination here. That's what it felt like to me.
Well, I will say, Evah has been on the receiving end of 2 times having a stronger track record than the person she was in the bottom with and then getting eliminated. It has happened to Evah before. So coming from Evah, I can at least see where she's coming from. But the extermination this week,
it's the best one they've ever had.
It's funny. So we're in caskets, and the ghouls are getting covered by snakes. A couple seasons back, we had the rat extermination where they got covered in cheese and like strapped down to a table. And anytime they've put animals on or had them near animals since, it's just felt so underwhelming compared to that extermination. Because that was the one I'm like, nope, not doing it. Couldn't do it. Wouldn't do
rats,
it. $100,000 is not worth it.
Rats like actually suck. They scratch you and they bite you. Snakes are chill. I don't understand that.
Exactly. It's kind of like you can't really step it up from there. You know what I mean? Special shout outs to Cynthia when they put the first big yellow corn snake on her, starting to sing Britney Spears, which was.
I'll be
right.
Yeah. That's why I didn't actually sing it.
Yeah,
it was so good.
I was going to skip that word.
I genuinely think if we're going off of the performance in the extermination, I honestly think Cynthia singing Britney Spears might be the thing that saves her.
Because she deserves it.
She deserves it because she was doing so well at that point. Like, she was doing, honestly, if we're going based on Extermination alone, I love Blackberri, but Cynthia was doing better in the actual extermination of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia was doing better than Blackberri was. And I'm pissed off because regardless, I'm losing one of my favorites. I'm losing one of my draft picks. I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm angry. I don't want to lose either of these people at this point in the competition because both of them have been doing so well. But if I have to, the situation here is Cynthia is on such a great upward trajectory, and it would be such a shame to lose that at this point in the competition that I'm like, I hope. I love you, Blackberri, but I really hope we see Cynthia next week. That is what I hope to see, because I see what the Boulets are seeing in Cynthia. I see the growth in Cynthia. I think Cynthia has grown the most out of anyone coming back to this competition, to be honest with you. And I've loved seeing it as someone who's loved Cynthia since season 5. I'm loving seeing this evolved version of Cynthia. And I don't want to lose out on seeing more of that, even if it is for just one more week. I don't want to lose out on that opportunity as a fan of Cynthia's.
Mm-hmm. Well, we shall see who comes back next week. As we have seen all 3 times we've had an actual extermination this season, we are once again getting the Project Runway treatment. Boo! Boo!
Hey, as the only person that had to suffer through actually covering it on this channel, it's not fun. It's not stunning. It's not beautiful. You can go check out our project. You can go check out our Project Runway coverage available on this channel, though. And also season 22. I'm very excited, but
as we wrap up with our extermination, we're heading for the Hellbound Showdown. For the 2nd week in a row, we get a splash text. J. Jolie has been disqualified from the Hellbound Showdown.
No!
So we're going to do the same thing that we said for Zava last week. We're not? Abhora.
Jade!
Yeah, so what we're going to say is this. Jade has chosen, and Jade has already posted a statement on it on her Instagram, said that she's just trying to move on. She thinks the Boulets from the opportunity and getting to come back to Dragula. So in terms of speculation, not what you're going to find here. If you want that, go troll Reddit. I guarantee you there's conversations happening over there. What we can say is, regardless of anything, everyone on this podcast loves Jade, and we hope that you're doing well. And it was a pleasure having you on the season regardless. And it's unfortunate, but I mean, apparently it happens. So
Can I just say as well? Can I just say as well, I have been so absolutely delighted with Jade on this season of Titans, especially in the Hellbound Showdown. And I haven't been here to talk about any of it, and I'm mad because, girl, she's fucking killing it. Absolutely killing it in the Hellbound Showdown. Every week she competed, just absolutely slaying it, doing such a great job. I am, as someone who has been a J. Jolie fan since season 5 of Drag Race, 12 years ago? 12 years I've been a fan of Jade. I am so beyond proud to see the woman that she is now, as someone that's like followed her career and seen what she's been doing, and to see her come back here, not necessarily get the optimal outcome from this Titan season, but coming out of this season with so much love and so much more respect from the fan base, I think, from both the Drag Race fan base and I will say the Dragula fan base as well. I'm just so happy to see it. And girl, you absolutely fucking slayed this season, and I'm so happy for you.
Mm-hmm. It was a pleasure having you back, Jade. And
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just bummed because I was really, like I used to mention, Jade has been doing so well in these Hellbound Showdowns. Specifically against Loris, I thought she did really great during the Nosferatu Beach Party, specifically. Yeah, so we unfortunately lose Jade here. As we now head into Disasterina versus Priscilla Chambers. There are no good photos of this. We sincerely apologize. It was basically entirely lit by a campfire.
I was going to say, are you sure that's them?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Are you sure Disasterina was there?
No, I think it
No,
was
she
Charlie
wasn't.
Hides.
That's what I'm saying.
It was Timmy Brown on season 1 because of his facial expressions. Yeah.
It would have been more stunning if she just pulled a Dovima and just stood there.
Jenny lemon herself out of the ghost zone.
Disasterina, we love you, girl. I felt so bad. And then finding out after the fact that she just straight up didn't have time to learn the lyrics, I was like, I got it. Like, I got it. It's really one of those just very unfortunate situations. I think she took it as well as she could. There's really not much you can do in this situation. And I think it's unfortunate that I've seen most people kind of talk about the fact that Disasterina just didn't know the words, where really what I want to talk about is the fact that Priscilla Chambers destroyed this performance.
Yeah, she did.
Destroyed this performance. I was so proud.
This is probably the second best lip syncing performance on the show, period. I think the only one I have over it is J.K. during Worldwide Torture on season 5. I think that those are the two that like bodied a lip sync on this show. And that's not counting like the performance-based challenges where we've seen like a bunch of people lip sync at the same time. I'm just saying specifically in these like one-on-one head-to-head lip syncs. Priscilla, oh my Lord, was incredible during this. I was so worried that Disasterina's outfit was going to catch on fire with how close she was getting to the damn fire.
Yes.
She jumped over the fire 3 times. Girl.
Yeah. I mean, give Priscilla her flowers. We can't really see the outfit in this lighting, unfortunately. But I'm going to say, like, if she was still in the competition, I don't know if it would be a double win. It might have been hers alone.
Also note, Loris posted her outfit today. If you haven't looked up what Loris was going to wear for this challenge, oh dear Lord, Loris would have been in the top for this episode. Loris was well, maybe not performance wise, but for the outfit portion of this episode, Loris was incredible.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like what you said, Logan, for the lip sync, like this feminine energy that Priscilla like encapsulated. It was sexy, it was sultry, it was so captivating. It was amazing. And I love the the bullet hole prosthetic in Priscilla's look. That was a detail that I really, really enjoyed. We know how her character dies. So that was lovely.
Logan, did you just look up Loris's outfit for this challenge?
Baby. We might have to do a look over here for the looks for this season, specifically and mostly for Loris. Let's be real and honest, like, baby.
What in the? Oh my God.
Damn. Okay, Loris.
Loris is that little girl. We know.
This Westworld ghoul realness.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How the fuck did she get the rope to stay like that? That's what I'm wondering. Because that's incredible. Micha's like, I think it was
wax and brain. I've seen, it was a wire within, like when they do with flowers, like gerberas, when you have them separately. I think it's like this, and then
you can see a wire coiling up it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But brilliant.
So good.
Anyway, Priscilla 8 down.
Left
no
crumbs. We love Priscilla.
You know what? She gets the audio.
8-1 down. Let that sink in.
Period. And Disasterina, we love you.
Yeah.
Disasterina, some midsummer kind of stuff, but I love this with the jumping over the fire.
But unfortunately, Disasterina is now perma-dead.
Nah! Disasterina! It's a rough day over here at Team Logan, y'all. Let me tell you. If y'all have not, I've been going through it personally, but also as far as the Dragula things are concerned, Jade got disqualified. I lost Disasterina, and I'm guaranteed to lose another draft member. So I will be down to 1 draft member by the end of this week. And I said, the Boulets really said, episode 6, fuck Logan.
Well, I think I'm going to be with you. I think the person going home is also on my draft team. So if I were to guess.
Mike would have
I'd be down to
Sigourney.
one.
Yeah.
I'd be
Well,
down to
speaking
mommy
of,
surge.
it's time for a draft update. Just hands.
Mike and I are competing for third.
Pretty close,
A
actually.
lovely second alternate.
So, currently in fourth with 46.5 points is Mike. Logan is ahead of Mike by half a point with 47 points.
Stay away from my
Note,
bottom placement.
Important note. This is going to determine if Cynthia goes home this week, Logan will be down to one member and Mike will have two. If Blackberri goes home this week, Logan and Mike will both be down to one. So we'll see where that turns
And
out.
I have
for them.
much more confidence based on the Boulets impression of this season. I have much more confidence in Mike to get third.
We shall see. But then in second place is Micha with 65.5 points. Micha is currently down to Evah, and who's left on your team? You have
Evah, Jaharia, and
Evah and Jaharia. And then also Priscilla staying in through the Hellbound Showdown. So we'll see if Priscilla.
Technically Priscilla.
Priscilla did get you that bonus point this week, though, Micha. So there you go. And then I am in first currently with 69 points. I have Jaharia and Abhora and JK still in the competition. So I'm feeling pretty great right now. This is why you pick Abhora. You never really know when what's gonna happen with Abhora, but you have to take the gamble with Abhora.
Well, Logan, you said that you think that JK is kind of the front runner. For me, Abhora is the front runner for me now.
I agree.
And
with that,
and then JK and then Evah. That's my top three.
So if you're going based off of track record, by the way, if we're going based off of our points total, currently still leading the competition by half a point is Evah Destruction. Then JK, and then Abhora is a half a point behind JK. So if you count the fright feat win, JK is ahead of Abhora and half a point behind Evah. If you don't, then Jay and Abhora are tied. And they are 2 points clear of Sigourney in fourth. Oh, yes, Sigourney and Jaharia are basically tied. So the five of them are pretty far out ahead at this point. But yes. Let us know down below. Do you think the double win should have happened this week? Do you think it was correct? If not, who do you think should have won this challenge solo? Let us know in the comments down below. Who do you expect to come back next week? Blackberri, Cynthia, let us know down below as well. While you're there, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already. We are this close to 3,000 subscribers on this channel, which we thank you all so much. We can't believe that because I remember when I first joined the channel and we had 345. I remember vividly. Correct. And now we're almost 10 times that amount. It's crazy to see. But thank you so much for all of you guys who are already supporting us. And while you're down there, hit the thumbs up. Maybe it would be nice to see. You can check out the links below to all of our audio podcast links, our merch, where you can get your cup mug and other assorted cup merch. That's either right there below or in the QR code in the corner. I don't know which corner I'm supposed to be pointing at. This one?
Yes.
Good. And then, of course, our links to our other channels, including the Cup ESC and the Cup TV, are also down below. So go check those out too while you're there. Why not? And, of course, we have some new stuff on the Patreon. Finally. New exclusive series to the Patreon. We have our first 2 episodes of our new series, The Movie Bucket, that is already out on the Patreon. With new episodes coming out every Friday, and a new series that's going to be a monthly release that's going to be getting announced next week. So keep an eye out for that as well. But thank you all so much for joining us today. And I think it's time for us to head out of here. So stop doing what you're doing and go watch another video. Cheers, everybody. Bye.
Whoa.